What's up and welcome back. Unfortunately, today's video is going to be a little shorter than my last one, but it's going to be on 3 quick tips for renters on how to stand out and get your application seen by the landlord. So whether you rented before or are currently looking for a rental, do these 3 things to make an impression and get yourself in front of the landlord, giving you a better chance to be accepted as the tenant. Number 1 is cover letter. They're not really common in rental deals. I've personally never requested or made it mandatory that a cover letter be included with a rental application. But at the same time, I've never refused one if it is. Writing a little bit about yourself and why you love the certain unit you just seen isn't really common, but it's also a huge opportunity. At the end of the day, landlords really want 2 things: their investment to be cared for and the rent to be paid on time. And although a cover letter does not directly add value to your application, I've seen it change the minds of landlords and end up picking a tenant that they feel more connected to as opposed to someone with overall just a little bit of a better application. Adding a cover letter to your application makes it feel a little more personal and separates you from just being another applicant. If you see the place has been repainted, mention that you love the color. If you like the neighborhood it's in, voice your opinion about it. By doing this, and without directly knowing the landlord, there's a good chance you will be perceived as more responsible. And although a cover letter won't necessarily guarantee that you will be accepted as the tenant, it will make a lasting impression, hopefully to help you be one of the final decisions to make when the time comes. Number 2 is have your documents ready. Now this is really common sense. The faster you get your rental application over, the better. Also, most agents and landlords probably won't wait around for you to prepare your documents if you want to apply for a unit. They might just end up going with someone else in the meantime. But a lot of people usually don't have everything they need and ready to go when looking for a rental, so this gives you a huge advantage if you do. But I'd even take this a step further and say have all your documents in one PDF file: credit score, references, pay stubs, ID, everything loaded up into a draft email so that you have it ready to send when you get the follow-up email. I've had it before where I send potential tenants a follow-up email letting them know what I need, and 2 minutes later I have the full file in my hand. It saves me time, it saves them time, and overall it just gives a really good impression. Now if you want to take this quick tip to the next level, send the document as soon as you pull up to the viewing. I've only ever had this happen to me once, where I heard a car pull up to my rental listing. I get an email notification saying here are my tenant files and rental application, and then I get a knock on the door. I was genuinely thankful and impressed, and I made sure to communicate that really clearly to the landlord, and this potential tenant actually ended up getting the unit. Do you remember when that happened? Like were you not impressed when that happened? I was very impressed. I'm sorry, I saw a YouTube video on how to do that and I had to try it. And finally, we have quick tip number 3, which is follow-up. If you're gonna stick with any of these 3 quick tips, stick with this one. Landlords and agents sometimes forget, so following up to make sure your viewing is still good for the time it's booked, the day of or the day before. Following up to see what the status of your rental application is will not only serve to remind them if they have forgot, but shows that you're really interested in the unit. And if you show that you're really interested in something, there's a higher probability that you will care for it, and that comes down to the core aspects of what a landlord wants in a tenant. That's all for today. I hope you take these quick tips and insider secrets and put them to good use. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below, like, subscribe, all the good stuff, and I will see you guys in the next video.